Do you really need to speak perfect English to be able to study in the United Kingdom? Well, if you've been asking yourself that question, in this video I'm going to be sharing my talk with you so we can discuss English as a language in the United Kingdom. So when I first came here, which was like 2 years ago, I had this idea in my mind that I really needed to learn English because I'm from Cameroon and it's a bilingual country. We speak English and French, and back home we tend to mix English and French together. Like you would say a sentence and just add a little bit of French in there. We had some French and English words like mixed together. It's not French, it's not English, it's just a combination. So it could get really chaotic because even how to pronounce Wi-Fi, like up to now I still get confused because in Cameroon we pronounce Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi, and here it's called Wi-Fi. So those kind of discrepancies made me to feel like, okay, maybe my English will not be up to the standard of, you know, British English or the standard to live in the UK and study in the UK. Well, turns out I was wrong because first things first, England is a very diverse country and there are people from all walks of life, from all four corners of the world, all merged in one area. A lot of people speak in different accents, a lot of people speak in different languages, and a lot of people speak English in very different ways, which can be funny at times, which is not something I ever imagined. I thought when I come here everybody speaks perfect English. The native British people, even them, don't speak perfect English because turns out some people speak ghetto English, kind of. There's posh English and there's ghetto. Like it's a messed up world. it's just fucked up in terms of language. So if you're trying to learn English, if you really want to improve your vocabulary, not every British person speaks the right British English. So even them don't speak the perfect English, who am I to speak the perfect English, you know? Well, yeah, you should learn the perfect English. You should learn English is good. It's a good language. It's posh, so you should learn. But yeah, you don't really have to have the perfect English to be able to live in this country or work in this country or anything of that sort. You'd be interested to know that I've had some teachers who don't speak perfect English. Some of them are Indian, some of them are Asians, and they try to speak English the best they can. They write English very well, but when they speak it, you know that yeah, it's not their language. They're trying to learn, they're struggling as well. But the important thing is, are they able to communicate the message? If they're able to communicate the message, then it's good enough. Am I able to understand what they say? If I'm able to understand, then they're good enough. I've also had managers who are not British and who have British people work under them, even though their English is not perfect, it's not sublime. See, that's a French word, an English word that we just mix together. But anyway, it's not the English is not perfect. So, but they still have British people working under them who follow their orders and, you know, do what they have to do. So the important thing is that you are confident in your language, you're confident, and you just speak it out with confidence. No matter if it's wrong, if it's right, you will get better over time. Listening to the right things, you will get better over time. And in terms of the school aspect, well, one of my friends was talking to me and he told me, well, the university, he had a group project with a Chinese guy. Well, I'm not sure if he's Chinese, but Asian guy and another girl who did not really know how to speak English perfectly. Sometimes the guy they wondered if he could even talk, like if he could even speak English at all, because every group meeting they had, he would just stay quiet. He'd just be quiet and just, when they'll tell him something, he would literally just nod his head and turn and write down. Like in their minds, they're like, do you really understand what we're saying? Like, are you sure you can understand us? And the girl, whenever she had to say something, she would say it. She'd start talking, and they'll be listening. And at some point, she'd just be like, hee, like she just, she just stop and then she'd just be like, hee, like just to be sure that she had no confidence. Like she was confident at some point, and then she realized, oh, maybe these guys actually listen to what I'm saying. Am I saying the right thing? Am I speaking right? And then she just becomes shy. She just, cut off. That's not what you want. It's fine if you don't speak the language perfectly. Just try to communicate, try to say something. Don't just be quiet like the guy. Say something, even if you struggle to utter the sentences or the words, just say it. People here are actually very accepting of the fact that not everybody is English and not everybody can speak perfect English, so they're very accepting of that fact. And in addition to that, there's a lot of people like you who cannot speak perfect English, so you know, just say it the best you can, like it's fine. And to console yourself, you can not speak English perfectly, but you know a language that they cannot speak, and just try to imagine them speaking your language. It would be funny, so it's fine if you don't know how to speak the language perfectly. The most important thing, like I said, is for them to understand you and for you to understand them, so that there could be communication. That's the importance. A language is also a medium of communication. As long as you can communicate, yeah, you know the language, period. It's actually interesting to have people from different backgrounds in one country, because personally I really enjoy trying to figure out where someone is from their accent. You know, like someone would speak and you try to find, is he French, is he Swedish, is he Polish? So it's really, really nice. I really enjoy that about living in the UK, because back home there wasn't much of that, so there wasn't so much diversity. So that's one thing I really liked. Just a fun fact, when I first came to this country, and somebody asked me where are you from, I said Cameroon. They're like, oh wow, really? How long have you been in this country? A couple of months. Oh wow, that's so nice, your English is so good. I'm like, thank you. And in my mind I'd be like, wait, are you just trying to be nice, or are you really serious? Are you genuine? But with time I came to realize, okay, my English is actually good, like it's decent. Because yeah, it can get worse. It's easy to come here thinking, oh yeah, everybody speaks perfect English, but no, there's a lot of people who struggle. So yeah, at the time, at the level where I was, I felt like, oh, I needed to learn so much more, but I was on a good level myself. So yeah, you probably are as well, so don't beat yourself too much about that. It doesn't really matter. You know, it's all good, it's all calm. But if you really do want to learn English, there's a lady I recommend. I started watching her videos at some point, and then at some point I was like, yeah, English doesn't matter, so I stopped. But if you're really interested in improving your English, there's this lady on YouTube. The name of her channel is English with Lucy. She's really good. She's British, speaks very good English. So if you really want to learn the right English language, then I really recommend her channel. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you did like the video, click the like button, subscribe to stay tuned for more videos like this, and ding the notification bell to stay notified for when I release the next video. And until next time, see ya.